This Hour Has 22 Minutes is a satirical examination of daily events. Some viewers may not share this sense of humor.
Perhaps you'd prefer a half hour of the parliamentary channel instead.
Us this evening as she is on assignment. In Ottawa last week, with Parliament winding down for the holiday season, many civil servants spent their time gift buying for that one favorite minister on their list. At Foreign Affairs, staffers were busy with their present for Andre Ouellette. At Defense, the staff chipped in and bought Minister David Collinette a little something special this year. The bomb comes complete with training wheels, carrying case, instructional manual, and its own delivery system. The three staffers shown here. Plutonium not included. Staffers at the Department of Health sent a more ambiguous message to their boss. They gave Minister Diane Marlowe a carton of smokes.
Well, you've heard of hockey cards and baseball cards. Now, just in time for Christmas, there are Member of Parliament trading cards. They come in packs of 5, and they've found some avid collectors and traders on Parliament Hill. The cards are so popular that the Prime Minister has said he will confiscate any cards being passed around during question period, and MPs are only allowed to play with them at recess. Sources say 2 Roseanne Scope cards in mint condition, that is, without the eyes colored in or a mustache drawn on it, will get you 1 Alan Rock. And that the most valuable card is the first edition Preston Manning, which, due to a typo, lists his major contributions as being the first openly gay Member of Parliament. For that card, Mr. Manning has reportedly paid up to $600.
A competition to determine the world's loudest woman was held in Osaka, Japan last week. The home team fielded 2 strong contenders. But the judges were most impressed by the girl all the way from Hamilton, Ontario.
That the time for talk is ended. The time for action is now.
Well, if you're like many Canadians, Christmas time can be a busy time, from battling the malls to just decorating the house. We now join an average Canadian couple to see how they prepare for Christmas. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Devereaux.
Oh, hello, JB, you're here. Look at Bob, busy. Look at him go. 9:30 and the lights aren't on yet.
Mrs. Devereaux, putting up a tree in your house looks like quite an elaborate process.
You said it. Look at him go now. Piece of hockey stick. Now watch this, JB. Bob, what's the piece of hockey stick for?
It's a brace. It's got to be properly braced, otherwise it's a fire hazard.
See, JB, where he played Bob the safety bear for so many years, he can't shake it. Look, going now with the bucket of sand. Look, what's that for, Bob?
As ballast.
I must say, though, that tree is a beauty.
Look at the big hole there on the side. Turn it, Bob, turn it.
We got this tree from you-know-who, JB. Clear the track is Eddie Shack.
Yeah, I said to him, Eddie, for that price you should throw in the season ticket, didn't I, Bob? Yeah.
And, of course, with a natural tree comes the responsibility of fire prevention. Now, what precautions are you taking?
Well, we got the axe there and the hose, and, of course, we'll be dressed in asbestos clothing Christmas morning. Turn the tree, will you, Bob?
I can't turn the tree now. We got the guide wires on her. She's almost stable.
Guide wires. He's like Harry Houdini.
So it sounds like you are planning a traditional Christmas this year in the Devereaux household.
Oh, yes. I don't know now what happened to Mary and Joseph, but Papa Smurf and Barbie are filling in for the last couple of years.
And what's in store for the kiddies on Christmas morning?
Well, we're going to fill them up with chocolate, dress them up as Power Rangers, and drop them off at Nan's.
And what about the 2 of you? Do you have something special planned?
Oh, yes. We're going to sit here and wait for the tree to burst into flames.
Time to turn the lights on.
Don't worry, JB. That's just another Christmas tradition.
Oh, well, then, have a very safe and Merry Christmas.
Oh, don't worry about that, my lover.
heroes. This week on The Fifth Estate, Hannah Gardner, Lyndon McIntyre, Trish Wood, and the other guy, the one they made the TV show about, make way for J.B. Dixon, his dramatic expose, an investigation which blows the lid off Parliament Hill. The subject, Eddie Goldenberg, senior policy advisor to the Prime Minister, the most influential man in the country. The location, the Langevin block, Parliament Hill. The question, how long does it take the most powerful men to perform the most simple tasks? Next week, Eddie negotiates a free trade agreement with Israel.
Christmas is quickly approaching, but for working girls, it's just business as usual. Here's this hour's very own Babe Bennett.
Sleigh bells ring, but I ain't listening. No siree. In the meadow, we can build a snowman. Yeah, right. And he'll turn and walk away just like all the others. I'll be home for Christmas. Ha! Only in your dreams. Oh, I know what you're thinking. Poor Babe. Poor, lonely Babe. Oh, our Christmas is just like any other day. Up around noon, drinks around 3, and then a hamburger on the way to the crime scene if you're lucky. Give me a black sambuca, Jimmy. Oh, our Christmas is for saps. All those pesky, rosy-faced kids jumping all over you. Thanks for the swanky steno pads, Auntie Babe, and you're my hero, Auntie Babe, and why aren't you married, and why do you have a mustache? Oh, I take a powder, kid, you bother me. Oh, I know what you're thinking. What's eating her? Why is she so hard-boiled about Christmas? I'll tell you why. 'Cause Santa ought to be a dame, that's why. I've seen too many gals go plain gahooey, running around trying to make everyone else's Christmas merry. Well, I don't want nothing to do with it. Well, I don't want nothing for Christmas. Why, if anyone tried to give me perfume or chocolates or a stupid old size 12 silk dressing gown from page 14 of the catalog, why, I'd be steamed. I'd give 'em what for. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm just fooling. I'm just goofing around. Oh, I want it all. I want to eat chocolate. Soon as I get up in the morning, the gooey kind that sticks to the roof of your mouth till you talk like George Foreman. The gooier the better. I want to see my family. My goofy old family, that's who. Chip, the bone surgeon, Reggie, Doris, and Tim. Tiny Tim with his little crutch, Ryan 7. And Mother and Father's new head shrinker / mistress, Louise. And Doris's ex-husband, Ted, and the 2 boys, Bucky and Al, and the twins, Flossie and Ferdinand, and Biff and his new lover, Shorty. Oh, forget it. There's just too damn many of them. I think I'll have a drink. Hot damn! I smell front page. Well, it looks like it might be a Merry Christmas after all.
Scientists in Australia have stumbled upon prehistoric pine trees 200 kilometres west of Sydney. Carrick Chambers, director of Australia's Royal Botanical Gardens, says that the discovery is the equivalent of finding a small dinosaur alive on the Earth. He says that the 39 Jurassic pines are over 210 metres tall, weigh over 6,000 pounds each, and will make lovely flooring.
Lynn McInnell of Newfoundland offers gift-wrapping suggestions to those of us who are klutzes with the old paper and tape. Baskets. They're environmentally safe and charming, but some feel that Miss McCannell showed a distinct lack of taste and just went too far when she recently demonstrated the roominess of these gift conduits by sending her own head to a friend for a holiday surprise. Yow, that's not cheery, that's scary. Christmas is about Christ, not John the Baptist.
Wayne Gretzky was in Europe last week with a team of NHL All-Stars. We go now to Freiburg, Germany, where we are joined by foreign correspondent Tim McMillan, who accompanied the tour. Hello, Tim.
Hello!
Can you tell us how things went on the tour?
Yes! I made the flight!
This is amazing! Tell me everything. You were in the dressing room. You must have had quite a vantage point.
Yes, I was on the bench. When I watched the game, I was a boy again. Gretzky was on a breakaway. He passed the puck. I got the pass. I made the shot. And wouldn't you know it, I hit the post.
Run that past me again, Tim.
I hit the post.
No, the part about you being out on the ice with Gretzky and Team Canada.
Yeah, I guess I got a little carried away. Everybody was so excited. Next thing you know, I just jumped over the boards. I got the puck away from Gretzky, and I was just trying to score for Canada.
I guess you just forgot that technically you weren't on the team.
Yeah, and oh boy, was Gretzky ever mad at me. I mean, come on, it's only a game.
Where are you now, Tim?
Well, I was thrown off the tour, so now I'm stuck in some kind of German mental hospital. I've got to go now, Frank. They're having a sing-along in the common room. I'm teaching them all the Hockey Night in Canada theme song. It's Hockey Night in Canada. It's Hockey Night in Canada.
You're a regular ambassador. Thank you, Tim, for this report.
Ralph Klein, he cares. As a teenager, Ralph cared. He cared about people. He cared about issues. He cared about his hair. And when he grew up and became mayor of Calgary, he cared even more about the fish in the lake, about the jewelry around his neck, and of course, he cared about the rule of law and how it was obeyed.
So I've been arrested many times in this town.
He feels deeply about the people, always the people. Ralph Klein, the caring, feeling Premier of Alberta.
Jacques Parizeau is a man possessed. He's a man with a mission. He's a force to be reckoned with. And yes, he's got a plan. And who do we have? Who's leading the pro-Canada forces? Who's the guy who has to convince the Quebecois to keep our country together? Daniel Johnson. Daniel Johnson versus Jacques Parizeau. It's like putting a hamster in a cage with a pit bull. It is so typically Canadian that the very future of our country would lie in the hands of a man whose greatest claim to fame is his ability to put thousands of people into a deep, dark REM sleep the minute he opens his mouth. And not only that, he's the son of a premier. And let's face it, people hate the sons of premiers. In this referendum, Quebecers have to decide whether to go with the man with the plan, the guy who took a party, built it up from nothing, and swept a provincial election, or follow the loser, vote for the dullard, stay in Canada. Why have a referendum in the first place? Why not just take the keys to the country and give them to Parizeau? Say, come on in, Jacques, the shop is open, buddy. Take whatever you want. We won't stop you. We won't even flinch, because that'd just be downright un-Canadian.
A jury has awarded more than $2 million to the heirs of the Three Stooges. The widow of Curly Joe and the grandchildren of Larry proved that the heirs of Moe had breached their contract and owed them royalties. It was also decided that the expression why-I-yada is the intellectual property of all the Stooges, but no decision yet on which Stooge would retain ownership of the phrase nyuk nyuk nyuk. The heirs of the Stooges are also reportedly preparing a lawsuit against the Progressive Conservative Party for flagrant copyright infringement. They claim that the way Kim Campbell ran the '93 election was obviously based on Three Stooges material, and they are seeking damages.
In our That's America section, Relatives of a patient whose doctor mistakenly removed the wrong lung will receive $5.5 million in compensation. Around here, when doctors mess up, we say, "That's all right, doctor, you're only doing what you thought was best. God bless you." Then we sit around with the wrong organ removed, filling in lotto tickets. We're too thick to sue, I guess. Like my uncle, he had the wrong leg removed, and they had to take the other one off, of course, and he tried to take the case to court, but the judge threw it out, saying my uncle didn't have a leg to stand on.
Japan's health minister is considering a ban on imported reindeer meat after 90 pounds of the meat was found to contain high levels of radioactivity. The ministry believes that the radiation stemmed from the 1986 Chernobyl disaster. They based their findings on lab tests and the presence of the now popular Finnish Christmas carol, "Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer has a very shiny nose, liver, and spleen."
The following is a free-time political broadcast. On behalf of the Newfoundland Separation Federation, Jerry Boyle.
Hello. Do you look forward to Christmas? Are you warmed internally by Christmas memories? Figuratively speaking, of course. If the answer to these questions is yes, then you will be happy to know that it is now time for a Jerry Boyle Christmas message. Hello, I am Jerry Boyle. This season brings back many joyful memories. The Christmas Eve sleepover at the ex-wife's house, out in her lawn shed. The thrill of Christmas morning, with me giving the same gift I traditionally give every year. Record albums from the public library, both musical and economical. And, of course, the calling of the Christmas cab, heading to who knows where, but let the Christmas adventure begin. People say, "What do you want for Christmas, Jerry?" Besides the obvious, a new suit with another 15-year warranty. Well, Jerry Boyle wishes that Quebec will stay in Canada. For what would Canada look like without Quebec? The answer, very long and kind of bumpy, with a big hole in the middle, kind of like my career. But on a serious note, what do I want for Christmas? Give me back Quebec. Give me the Canada that I knew as a boy. Give me a retraction from Jacques Parizeau and keep us all as one. Either give me that, my friends, or give me anything from the Old Spice gift box set. And I will truly have a very Merry Christmas. And remember, if you can mark an X, put the X back in Xmas and continue to be my kind of people. Now a quick review of the Canadian economy. Ours is the smallest of 7 leading industrial countries with $750 billion a year in production of goods and services. There are 1.4 million people out of work, 14 million people have jobs, and 6.3 million are still looking for the Tommy Hunter show on Friday nights.
After nearly a decade of relative obscurity, Canadian folk artist Win McPherson has received the break that he's been looking for. We go now to the bedroom/recording studio of Mr. McPherson in his home province of British Columbia. Hello, Wind.
Hey, Sydney.
Well, Wind, the year's coming to an end. How's 1994 treated you? What are some of your biggest accomplishments, and what are you most proud of?
Well, Sydney, I've given up meat, dairy, wheat, yeast, and mold, although I'm still on the smokes.
That's great. I mean, what are some of your more musically related accomplishments?
Oh, well, I danced naked at Lollapalooza, and I met some of the guys from Spirit of the West last month on a bus.
And now?
And now the new album is out. It's my most personal work to date. It's called One Strong Wind.
In your press release, you call the album a theme album.
Yeah, well, most of the songs are about, like, this girl, Helen. I met her in rehab. The first single's called Knock, Knock, Knocking on Helen's Door. And we're going to do a video for the second single, You Say Goodbye and I'll Say Helen.
Oh, great. That's very original. Quite a year, huh?
Yes, and I'm coming out of the closet.
Your what?
It's time I told the world, man. It's important to be visible. Young people need role models they can look up to, man.
Well, we didn't expect this.
Is it okay if I just say it?
Sure.
Okay. I'm from Cape Breton, okay? Hello? Rita! Hi, yeah. No, thanks. I really did it. Yeah, I feel good. Next week, yeah. Who else is on the show? Rankins, cool. Okay.
Well, is it good news?
Well, I knew if I was honest and I came out of the closet, I'd get on Rita's show and the Rankins might back me up on a new tune I'm working on.
Which is?
Helen's a Highway.
Well, good luck with your new CD and good luck in court.
Huh?
Good night.
Well, that's the way we saw the world this week. For all of us here at 22 Minutes, I'm
Hold on.
What is it?
Before we sign off, I have gifts for you guys.
Oh, Sydney, you shouldn't have.
Don't you love them? They're vintage neckties from the disco era.
It's lovely.
It's just what I wanted.
Really?
Yes.
Anyway, for all of us here at 22 Minutes, I'm Frank McMillan. We won't be here on Monday, Boxing Day. We'll be busy returning gifts. So join us on January 2nd, this hour's Year in Review show. Good night.
Good night.
Oh, my Christmas.
Yes, Christmas.
It's a hard old time of the year.
Oh, my dear, miserable. And you can't move in the malls.
Oh, sure, look at the crowds. It's shocking. Now, how am I supposed to get my heart rate up at this speed? We won't finish the mall walk today.
No, and look at them go. Will you spend? Where do they get the money?
Sure, they're up to their eyeballs in hot, girl. And you know, that kind of stress is no good for the old ticker.
No. Oh, thank God that's all behind us now.
Yes, everything they give me now at Christmas, I just change the wrapping paper and I give it right back to them the next year.
Not the same present.
No, girl, I'll take, say, what Santa gave me.
Yes.
I'll change the wrapping on it and I'll give it to Agnes Marie.
Same as that. I'll take the milk bath that Connie gave me and give it to Todd's young one this year.
Yeah, and them turtles that Kev's wife gives me every year. So I'll just give them right back to Kev the next year.
No.
But you know now, Tishy, how cheap that is.
Yes.
I believe she takes the box of turtles, redresses them, gives them right back to me the same day.
Oh, mercy.
Yes. I believe that box of turtles have been in rotation now since Kev and Tishy got married.
Yes.
Yeah, cheap.
Oh, my, it's all recycling now. Oh, my, the young people, they think they invented everything. From recycling now to sex.
Oh, ma, sex.
Yes, sex.
Hard old way to spend 5 minutes.
Yes, and Christmas time now was the worst, with himself home and idle and looking for something to pass the time.
Oh, yes, what do you think they'd go and have a game of cards for themselves? No, but there was nothing to open up over the stairs.
Yeah.
A bit of a fumble in the dark, and there you go. There's your Christmas box.
Yes, well, thank God that's all behind us now.
Oh, but it's awful, isn't it, to be old and on your own?